All right, let's do this. 500. I think that's what I'm going to talk about, is the fact that we have done 500. I touched on it a little bit yesterday. And I mean, my part ones and part twos and stuff like that. Aside. 500. I shouldn't be too shocked. I mean, I do have close to 2,000 videos. I had a wonderful conversation last night. Basically, it was just, I didn't stream, but I was hanging out on a stream. And it made you feel really good. You know, that's basically what friends are for, I guess. Obviously, if you've been watching these videos, you know I've been kind of like a little down lately and a little eh. Yeah, I heard candy in my mouth. Sorry. And it's been a little, I'm telling you, like, if I accepted the analytics as they are, I don't know how I could get check marks on a video that hasn't even been watched. And it's zeros all across the board. But they check mark it like as if it's a trying to like figure out like as if that's the average. Yeah, they give a little. I don't know if anybody knows how that freaking works. You can't average zero. Anything multiplied by zero is zero, is nothing. Way I was taught how to do averages when somebody like let's say you do how many times people have hit home runs, and more than half your freaking players. I don't know if this is like makes any sense. Why I'm giving a math class. If more than half your players never hit a home run, ever, they just become what you divide by. So, like, like if only 2 of your players have hit home runs, and you have 4 players, you wouldn't have 4 players, but that's it, and you have 4 players, and one hit 3 home runs and one hit 1 home run, but you have 4 players. Your average number of home runs amongst your players is 1. Right? I made it simple as possible, so I could do the math in my head. But I think your average would be 1. And not 0. If my average watch time is 0, and they say that they give a little check mark, which means that it's my overall average cannot be 0. Because people have watched my videos. God damn it! But I think they do it with like there's like a 1 or 2 points. Or 1 or 2 seconds. I don't know what the leeway time is. It might be a minute. It might even be like a couple minutes too. I don't know. I don't think I would ever have a couple minutes. But I think my average is like, well, is 2 seconds. Enough for the freaking video to start playing, me to say let's, and them to shut it off. I think that's my average. My average viewer gets that. This is a milestone. I'm very happy to do this one. This is a great thing. It's going to be a do nothing, like most of my videos are. Me just talking about stuff. This entire series started out kind of backwards. And basically to help me talk, especially over noises and car noises, and you know, people don't realize that when I lost my muffler during those times, that actually really, as far as helping me, those actually really helped me. And the reason I say that is because I now talk louder, I talk clearer than I did in the beginning. In the beginning, if you watch the early videos, especially like the first or second one, you'll notice that I kind of mumble through the entire freaking video. Saying that I'm doing this to try to help me talk better. person can watch those videos. But it also lets you in on my life. I am me. I don't pretend to be anything else. I don't. I created an entire lore story behind my VTuber model, and but no matter what, you're going to get me, and the reason that I keep posting these videos like this is because you get me raw. You get me stumbling over things. And sometimes I tell jokes, sometimes I do impersonations, sometimes I do lots of different things. I did watch a video. About how to get more subscribers, valued subscribers, more people who will want to continuously watch my videos and stuff like that. And obviously, if you look at the earlier videos, you'll notice that I did everything that I was supposed to do. Consistent videos, check. That's why we're hitting 500. A solitary theme, which is just me driving to work, that's the theme of every one of these videos. Unlike karaoke carpool, he is not getting help navigating traffic. I think people know that, but he has got a theme. It's karaoke with somebody while he's driving. So they're basically singing in the car. Which I love that. I love that type of thing. I think that's if I had to put where this comes from, that would probably be where this entire morning commute comes from. But I am actually driving to work. Sometimes I'm driving home from work. Sometimes I space out, and you guys get nothing for some of these videos. And I'd apologize for them, but that's what happens. Sometimes traffic gets in the way. But I never want to go away from. I never want to shy away from the rawness of these videos. I did have to edit a few videos because I didn't want to add other people who approach my car. Obviously, anytime I get stopped by the police, that gets edited out. I think I actually have a video where I did get stopped. There might be one. If there isn't, I did turn the video off when I got pulled over. I've had to make phone calls. Obviously, I'm shooting this on my phone. And I had to call when I was pulled over on the side of the road because I have a flat tire or something like that. That's right, I did have a flat tire one time and I had to call. The videos that I don't post are me basically driving home a lot of times. With the phone playing. I play, just so you know, I run this all the time. Pretty much every time I drive. Because I think I've talked about my fear of the police. I don't really, it's not really a fear. I did get pulled over one time. I did not have this going. It was, pre-morning commute, and a police officer put a gun to my head. And I never want to have that happen where I don't have video evidence. I did have one time that I got pulled over, and I don't know, like I said, because I do a lot of these raw, I don't know if I have the entire exchange with the police officer recorded. I don't know if I put that up as a video or if I cut it out, but I did use that when I got pulled over, and they did drop the charges against me because I used it as evidence with the exchange that I had with the police officer, because they gave me a ticket for something that I didn't do. Yeah, actually, it's funny. They let me off with a warning for something that I did do, but they gave me a ticket for something that I didn't do. So fucking ridiculous. But yeah, they ended up dropping it, which was nice because it was in the middle of freaking the pandemic, and I had to do a video freaking court case. I had to do it over Zoom, which was kind of freaking ridiculous. A lot of the things that I usually edit out, and I say usually because I might not always, are things that might dox me or dox somebody else. I don't want somebody unwittingly being a part of that. But other than that, I really don't edit it. I don't edit these videos at all. I even had a person come in and ask that, to edit my videos and make clips and stuff like that, and I was like, yeah, go for it. You got 4,000. It was I only had 4,000 hours at the time. I was like, you have 4,000 hours of videos to go through. Be my guest. Choose. They kind of dropped the ball. I think I overwhelmed them, and that was when I realized, like, maybe just a tiny little bit, that I'm not doing this correctly. But yeah, so I watched the video on how to get good subscribers. I don't want to. Anybody can get. It's so funny because there's so many fucking bots out there. There's so many different freaking scam things out there that I could easily get put on the radar and have that craziness going on, and I don't like that. I wouldn't want to take away from you. You are more important than me having 1,000 subscribers. But I have, and I did it during the time that I was thinking that I would monetize this, and do this as a career, and I make no apologies for the fact that I was trying to take this in a whole different direction, because I was under a little bit of a delusion that because I love doing this so much that I could do this full time. It turns out at the time that I was doing everything absolutely 100% correct. Descriptions, good titles, thumbnails that represent the video, all that wonderful stuff. I had all that stuff. What's inside this video? It was all there. And most of my videos usually had stuff like that. I kind of shied away from putting in descriptions and stuff like that. The title usually says what's in the video now, and I'm just kind of like, hey, if you're used to me, you're in on the secret. Somebody mentioned that I'm doing kind of like an Andy Kaufman thing, and this is not an Andy Kaufman. None of it, not even from the beginning. This is not an Andy Kaufman, where you are the brunt of my joke, and once you're in on it, now you're in on the joke, even though you technically are still the brunt of it. But you get to watch other people, have outrage over it. I definitely wanted to do that. It was definitely something that I was planning on doing. In fact, you can even see a little bit of the build-up in the first year that I was streaming of doing that. But the truth of the matter is that anybody who watches this video, anybody, doesn't matter whether you like or hate me, you're in on the joke. You're part of this, my streaming experiment. And if you don't, you're not. Those people who are not, I was going to say you are not those people, but the others who are not, the people who either never watched my videos or anything like that, can hear me complain, and I mentioned them a lot, and probably too much, because they're not really part of this. They don't have any sway, yay or nay. I can complain about anything. Now, people who watch this know that I've also complained about things that I've noticed. And I do not guide your hand. I do not, I'm not dictating what you should do, or what you have to do. You don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. You can just watch these videos. You can watch me say, let's do this, and shut it off. I mean, that's the majority of the people who actually watch these videos, and they're a part of this too. Just by opening up my video, you're part of you're part of this whole thing. And I never want like an entity to be chat. I never would want thousands of people to be known as chat, or listen, chat, let's have this happen, chat. And I think it works well for others. It just doesn't sit well with me. And I would never tell them how to run their streams. But the joke. Well, somebody made the comment that, you know, if you don't have a lot of people who really hate you, then you won't really make it. And so I just piped in. I said, then I guess I'm never going to really make it, because I don't, you know, the people who hate me, they can go fuck off. Yeah, it's not. I was gonna say, if you don't like what you're hearing, you know, fuck off. No. If you don't like what you're hearing, but you're interested, you can be a part of this. I can definitely see, like, you know, where you're coming from. You know, if you don't like my singing, I'll use my singing as the best example of this. If you don't like my singing, I'm not a singer. I will not take offense if you don't like my singing. You can tell me, you can be as honest and as brutally honest as you want. You know, I'm very critical of my singing because of it. So you know, there's nothing you can tell me about my singing that I don't already know. And that goes beyond me hating my voice. I always wondered if, like, people who hate their voice have the same freaking thing as me, because people really hate their own voice. And is there like a large group, a club or something like that I'm not a part, that I'm not even, I have zero access to? But I think it's because I hate my voice for a particular reason. You know, the tone, the way I talk, and stuff like that, I have no problem with. The sound of my voice, like I've said before, and I will say now, reminds me of my biological father, who abandoned me when I was 5 years old. I do not know what my biological father sounds like. I don't. I can't even tell you. The sound of his voice, the real sound of his voice, is so faded from my memory that I have no idea. I have a brother who I have always, even before his voice changed, have always attributed the sound of his voice to the sound of my father's. And I think that my relationship with my brother has been strained because of it, if I can put it that way. And of course, when I hear my voice played back, and I even say, like, is that really how I sound? Is that really how I sound? I don't want to sound like that. Because it is that. It causes those emotions and feelings when I hear my voice. Still, even to this day. And I don't know if it really is like that. So thank you for being part of 500. This is awesome. And as always, put cool beans in the comments below if you like, or if you have a question, ask the question. If you have anything else you want to do, hey, it's up to you. You be you. And wherever you are, whatever you're doing, I hope you're having a fantastic time doing it. All right, so take care. All right.